everyone. One thing I started doing as of lately is thrifting. And so if no one knows, if you don't know what thrifting is, it's where you basically go and you shop at Goodwills and Salvation Armies and secondhand stores of that nature. And so I just wanted to share with you guys my feelings on thrifting, because to be honest, when I was always interested in doing it, and a habit I tend to have is to worry about what other people are going to think if they were to see me in a certain situation. I overthink a lot of things, and it's a habit I'm trying to break out of. But one thing I felt when I first attempted to thrift was like, I was like, oh gosh, I hope nobody don't see me, and what are they gonna think? Are they gonna think that I'm homeless or I'm struggling because I'm at a thrift store or things like that. I was okay with going in, but I was still a little anxious and nervous about someone passing by the store and seeing me in there, and I just realized that I'm totally ridiculous for that right now. Something that contributed to me feeling that way, in addition to me being an overthinker, is the fact that, you know, there's a type of stigma, or there's a lot of misconceptions about thrifting. The first misconception is that if you're shopping at a thrift store, or you're thrifting, or you're shopping at a Goodwill, or you're poor, or you're homeless, or something along those lines, something must be wrong with you, and that's far from the truth. I'm not rich, but I'm definitely not suffering. You know, I'm not homeless, clearly. So that knocks that misconception right out of the ballpark there. Another misconception about thrift stores and Goodwills is that the clothes are just old and they're dirty and they're holey, and that's kind of partially true. I've only been thrifting, I think, at least 3 or 4 times so far, and yes, I have come across dirty clothes, I've come across damaged clothes, and the lighting, I'm just going off a natural light from one window, so I apologize for any shift in my lighting situation. So yeah, I've come across dirty clothes, I've come across damaged clothes, I've come across clothes that don't particularly smell brand new. I haven't come across anything that totally reeked of any unpleasant sense, but they definitely do have like that old smell to them, and there's nothing a good washing can't fix. So yeah, I think another part of it too is like down here, I don't know if it's everywhere, but anyways, yeah, we have this thing about having the latest this, having the latest that, having name brand, having Jordans, the Nikes, Adidas. And you know, when I was growing up, one thing that a lot of kids got teased for is not having name brand things. If you were wearing shoes from Payless, you would get teased. Like, they would tell you you're wearing Smegs. Smegs is basically anything that's not name brand, Aeropostale, or anything like that. If it's Payless, if it's Champion, if it's American Apparel or whatever, it's Smegs. And so you would be like, she wearing Smegs, or she got Smeg shoes, and look at her clothes, they ain't even Ralph Lauren, they're not Polo, she ain't nobody, she's so lame. And yeah, children can be really stupid sometimes, but it all starts with how parents raise their children. If parents are just supplying their children with all of these things and not teaching them to humble themselves, this is what happens. But yeah, I think that's part of the reason why I kind of felt embarrassed about thrifting. And so I just wanted to share my feelings about my initial, I guess, thrifting, virginity, cherry popping type thing. But yeah, that's how I felt when I first started to thrift, and it's kind of tapered off and I don't feel that way as much. Still working on it, but you best believe my butt will be in the Salvation Army on Tuesdays because everything is 50 cents, okay? And I have a haul coming up that's gonna probably be in a next video coming up pretty soon, but I'm trying to manage my time, balance my life, so I'm not gonna do 5 million videos in one day. So I'll probably edit this one, and by the time you guys are watching this one, I'm probably working on the next video. Let me let you know right now, there's absolutely nothing that you should be worried about, because at the end of the day, no one is paying your bills, I hope. And so if they are, then maybe you have something to think about. But for me, I ain't got nothing to worry about. You can't tell me nothing. I think thrifting is cool, and I get the feeling of shopping and buying something without spending a whole bunch of money, and that's what I really like about it. I get my shopping fix in, and I get to save some money. So if you liked me sharing my experience, or if you had similar experiences the first time you thrifted, or you haven't thrifted for the same reasons, let me know down in the comments below. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.